Welcome to this live talk on the topic of personal branding for legal professionals. Today, I invited someone who didn't know much about personal branding and marketing. And in just a matter of a couple of weeks, she got to start building a really strong personal brand, getting a lot of momentum on social media, and being able to pass her message to her audience. And she's going to be there with me in just a second. I would like to introduce you to her as we are starting this live talk by Legal Creatives. You're going to hear from a legal ops specialist who is certified in legal design. She's helping legal departments with operations efficiency to add real value to the business by doing more with less. She's also helping legal professionals with their solution to make them more accessible, to also increase engagement, to create and to redesign services that are more human, more useful, more satisfying, more engaging, and user-friendly. She is really, truly an inspiration for me and for many of us because of her courage, her bravery, her creativity. And she's there today to talk a little bit about her experience of taking our legal design sprint on branding and marketing at Legal Creatives. Her name is Sara Ajmi. She's legal ops specialist at KDC1 based in Ottawa, Canada. And there she is on the show. Great to have
Hi,
you,
Tessa.
Sara.
I really liked the introduction.
Thank you for being a
You made
part
me
of
a
this.
superstar.
Well, it's great to see you again since we've
Thank you
last
so much.
chatted on the occasion of the Impossible Summit a couple of weeks ago. And
Yes.
today we're going to discuss a little bit about branding and marketing because Sara has taken this design sprint with our online academy, and she's going to share a little bit about what she has learned. And she's going to share some tips and advice to help you as well. So if you've been wanting to learn about branding and marketing, if you've been wanting to overcome some of your insecurities in terms of putting yourself out there and creating content, well, Sara is going to help you, inspire you with that. Before we start, Sara, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Who you are? We'd love to know a little bit more about your background as well.
Hi, Tessa. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here, and I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you, Tessa, for this opportunity. So, to introduce myself, I am a legal operations specialist working with a manufacturer with beauty products, home care, skincare products manufacturer based in Quebec in Canada, but we have a lot of entities all around the world. So I'm in the corporate legal team, which is based in Canada. And also, I am certified in legal design since last year. And from a background perspective, I have an in-house counsel experience with a legal education background in business law. And also, I've been working with the boards and the C-suites in my last position.
Thank you so much for sharing a little
My
bit about your
pleasure.
background. And well, tell us a little bit about this sprint. So we've done a marketing and branding sprint. Uh, Before starting this sprint, did you have any knowledge or experience in branding and marketing before?
Nothing. Zero. No, no. I didn't have any knowledge about it because I am a legal professional. I didn't do some, uh, like we say, some business studies or something. So I am focused in the legal industry, the legal terms, the legal principles, the legal logic, the legal thinking. So, but I was always like I was always open to learn anything new that can help me either in my professional or personal life. So when I saw this challenge, I said, yes, this is speaking to me, because I want to learn what it is about. As I said last time, even if I learn even one thing, I'm the winner. So this is why I took this challenge. And as you can see, I was a good student. I attended all all the sessions, and I was even present before you to the session. So yes, it was so interesting because once again it spoke to me. It was so appealing for me. I wanted to know more about the branding. We always hear these terms like branding, marketing, building online branding. So it's like technical words. We don't know much about it. So we taking this challenge was so insightful, sorry, and gave me helped me to learn more about this. Yes.
That's really great. And I'm super curious to know a little bit about what are some of the things you have learned during this challenge. We have, you know, at this time I really delivered, I think, lots of material, lots of content.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you found really useful, and what are some of the things you have learned that you could be helpful to the audience as well?
Yes, of course. It's a good question. Thank you for this, Tessa. And I made some notes so I don't forget important messages. The first thing that that you have and you master on it is the length of your challenges. Like you deliver so much information in a very short period. So this is very very good because we professionals and all professionals, not only legal but all professionals, they want to learn, they want to take some training, they want to take courses, but they they can engage but not for a very long time. So this is a challenge, not an issue, but it's an obstacle, how we say. And but practically what I learned and what I like all the sessions with all the topics we covered, starting from the marketing strategy exercise. Like we start from really the why, the how, and the what. And in terms of that, um, thank you again, Tessa, and thank you, Legal Creatives, because you introduced me Simon Sinek. I think you already talked about it during the certification in legal design, but like you this was the core of the sprint. So and I purchased the books of Simon Sinek, so I already started to read the leaders eat last. And also another thing is I really liked the personal branding Canva exercise, because it was a huge brainstorming exercise to work on your arena with your identity, your skills, your profession, your uniqueness, your competitors, your investments, your challenges, your results. Also, another exercise I really enjoyed is the one we drafted the message for the audience. It was so good. And one thing I learned from this specific exercise is that you can you can not you can having more than one audience. I was thinking that a professional or a service provider should only have one audience with one problem and one solution. But no, you can serve different audiences that have different problems. So you just need to put down each audience with the problem they have and the solution you offer, and then you go far with defining the channel they use, so you can use it and you can adapt to it. And also liked the values and the colors session. And I think I told you this because in my opinion I didn't know that brands have meaning through their colors. I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. For example, red means passion, green means nature, or bio or something. I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. I really enjoyed the graphics session. Also, you shared with us over 30 graphics you can use, like the carousel. And for instance, I used the carousel. This was my first branding exercise I did on LinkedIn, and it has a lot of impressions, around 9,836, I think, impressions, which is very huge. Um, Also, but the main idea I got from this challenge is, and listen to me carefully, guys, because if you are acting with your true persona, like you gonna attract people just like you, who gonna see themselves more in you and not only in your offer. So and this really uh, really made me this conclusion I made with your session, with your challenge, made me change my mind, and I started to observe the influencers, for example, on either on LinkedIn, because we have LinkedIn influencers, we have them, or either on Instagram. I start to look at them with a different angle, from a different angle, and with a different eye. And for example, I have a friend of mine who is in Morocco, and she's not influencer, but she's a content creator, and she has a very unique content, because she has a natural life, like not superficial, and she is using natural products, very very natural. And she attracted a lot of people, because once again, she is her, like she's her true persona. And I told her this, I told her, look, you built your online branding thanks to your identity, and you attracted people just like you, and who see themselves in what you are doing. And she didn't understand what I was saying, because once again, she was herself. She didn't make, sorry, any effort to provide such offer or such service or such content. And another and the final thing I wanna, because I took notes, once again, I don't wanna forget this. um, the personal branding for me is kind of personal connection that you should have with the problem you are trying to solve for your potential customers. So it's like a personal connection. So otherwise it is not going to be original. It is not like the your brand or the services you provide cannot be original, cannot be unique and credible. So I think that we we should really find ourselves in our customers, and vice versa, so vice versa can happen.
Yeah, really interesting, Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing such valuable insights.
Thank you,
And it's
Tessa.
true that when we start to understand a little bit more the mechanics of branding and marketing, then when we see other professional posts, then we're starting to see the strategies they use, and we understand also the patterns. And this is a great way also to be able to identify and to find new ideas, and to see the techniques that works. So you've learned many things during this sprint. What has changed for you, Sarah? And what are some of your biggest takeaways from this sprint? I think the most important is what has changed for you. I think is very interesting to know.
Yes. What changed? Okay. For example, uh, other than what I just said now, I think that's what changed. It also, I got more than two hundred new followers in only 1 month. And something that didn't happen a lot before is that people start to connect with me directly and saying, for example, we really like your posts, even if they don't react to them. And this is something we learned with you. You said that even if people don't like your post or don't react, this is meaningless. This means nothing, because the most important thing is that they read, and not they like or they comment or something like this. And I experienced this last Monday. I was talking with a friend, with a classmate with me who was like in Morocco in the university, and she said, I really like your posts, they are so interesting, even though she didn't react to them. So it's good. And I started to have followers from all around the world, because once again, it's LinkedIn, it's linking people internationally. And I started to this is how I started to be a bit more visible. And um, and uh, and yes, another gain I got from this challenge is that, and specifically, I the gain I got from the nailing your niche exercise, is that I was able to have a clear idea about my skills, about my value proposition, because sometimes we know our audience, we know the problems, but we know also in our mind, we know the skills we have that can resolve the problem, but we just don't link them in a way that your value proposition, or that your offer makes sense. So this was really helpful, and I shared with you this because since I came to Canada, I wanted just to draft something in my bio or about section on LinkedIn, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't, because once again, I know that I have something to say, but I didn't know how to link words, how to put logic in my sentences, how to draft something that can be engaging, or that can be something that really matters to the people who read. And thanks to your exercise, and once again, thank you, because you managed this extra session only for me. Is Thank you so much. I spent more than 5 hours drafting my value proposition. Do you remember you said that the niche, either you can use your niche, or you can draft your niche, or nail your niche, or nail your value proposition, and that the value proposition is optional but is more complicated. So I went to the value proposition because it is complicated. I wanted to do it. And it took me more than 5 hours. I remember it took me more than 5 hours because I had to put logic in what I say. Uh, because because there is a lot of professionals, maybe all of them can have the same offer, but not all of them will serve you in the same way. So they have something unique in them, and this is the value proposition. I really liked this exercise. Thank you.
This is so wonderful to hear. And you've started to talk a little bit about some of the results.
Yeah.
It would be great to know a bit more exactly what are some of the amazing things that happened because of this branding and marketing sprints. What are some of the outcomes you've been able to reach? What are some of the opportunities you have been able to get just because of being more active with, the strategies of branding and marketing?
Yes, of course. Um, I will give you a recent example. For example, yesterday I was reached out by a teacher in a university in East Europe, who is also a technology lawyer and a lecturer. And he said, "I'm so happy to connect with you, and I'm doing some lectures, legal tech related, and I want in my upcoming lectures to put some of the legal, some to start like studying also legal design, and I want to learn from experts like you. And this is what was so appealing for me. It's and also for example, I got another example. I got a suggestion to speak in a legal innovation forum here in Canada. So I don't have too much details about it, but it's coming in the upcoming months. And so yes, so this is how the personal branding, building the personal branding can help you more visible and more credible.
Yeah, this is so great. Congratulations,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
And what is even more amazing is that all of this happened, but it was not necessarily so much effort and so much work, in the sense that all it took you was to create 5 posts.
Yeah.
So you made 5 posts. And with those 5 posts, you managed to increase your following on
Mhm.
LinkedIn by 200. Even
Yes.
you started with 1,000 and you've been on LinkedIn for 10 years. That means you
Mm.
got to 20x your organic growth in just 1 month, when you've never had such kind of results.
No. Hmm.
In addition to the opportunities to speak at events, the opportunities to contribute with other professionals,
Yes.
and to have meaningful conversations. So, would it be possible to take a look at your content? We
Of
have,
course. Yeah.
let's
Of
take a look.
course. Yeah.
Let's take a look here. Here, this is one of the posts you have made that I believe was one of the most successful,
Second
I
one.
think. Tell
Yeah.
us a
This
little
is the
bit more
second
about this.
one. Sorry, Tessa. I
Tell us a
lost you.
little bit more about the story of this post. How did you come up with this
Yes.
idea? What happened with this post? It would be great to
Yes.
know.
It was just a part of an introduction meeting with a Tunisian lawyer who is based in Dubai, and she is so active in legal design, and we just wanted to meet each other online. And then we were so connected together, and we started she asked me a question. She asked me, how in your opinion legal designers can keep their creativity alive so they can uh, um, uh, deliver better and creative results. And my question, I remember my answer was, well, this is a good question, but in my opinion, once again, the creativity of a legal designer depends on the size of the problem, the type of the problem. So thanks to your thanks to the legal design certification we I got with you, is you should have go back sorry you should go back to the problem. As a legal designer, it's not about colors. It's not, as I said here, it's not about graphics. It's not about just concise or one page or document, legal document or legal solution or contract or something else, but it's about the problem. You should understand the problem. People don't want to understand the problem. How do you want to provide a customized and targeted solution if you just don't spend much of your time in the problem? So and my answer spoke to this lawyer, I remember, and she said, yes, it's so meaningful. And this is how, just after our meeting, I got inspired for this graphic. It's called Illusion of Legal Design: How We Perceive Legal Design. So what people see is only colors, graphics, concise solution, but it's not about this. It's not about colors. It's not about graphics. It's not about uh, concise or short documents. No, it's it can be colorful. It can be the solution can contain some graphics and can be only one page long, but still is not user friendly, still is not accessible, still is not engaging, still is not understandable. So for a solution to be understandable, to be engaging, you should you should practice design thinking principles. You should talk to the users, to the end users. This is what we call the user research, like I write here. What people don't see is that you have to conduct user research, you have to understand the users needs and pain points, you have to define the problem by after conducting a lot of researches with the end users of the solution. Then you can define the problem. You can't just from just like this define a problem. Maybe the problem you define, it's not the problem they complain about. So you have to talk to them, you have to understand them, you have to see their emotions, you have to see how they react, you have to have a human conversation with them, so you can really understand the problem, and so the solution can be human. This is because, once again, legal design is not about colors. Legal design is design thinking principles applied to the legal industry. So we have to go back to the design thinking principles, and design thinking principles is to position the end user of the solution you are providing in a human to put yeah to how we say to address the end user in a human centric way. Again, it's the term human. So yes, so it's also about, just to continue the list, it's also about, after defining the problem, you have to define the design strategy, and after this you have to design a prototype that you have to present to your user so they can test it, and maybe they can retest it again and retest it again, and after testing, retesting, testing, retesting, maybe you can redesign another prototype. Maybe you can go back to the problem. Maybe you didn't understand well the problem, and after that, then you gonna deliver the solution. Of course, we are talking about the legal solution. It can be documents. Once again, it's not about contracts. It's not only about contracts. It can be anything. It can be anything. Not only it can be only even an advice. It can be even a task that can be redesigned using legal design principles or design thinking principles. And the most important thing is that after delivering your solution, you have to monitor it, you have to follow up. It's not the business didn't finish here. No, it's an ongoing process.
And this is so great that you are giving such a thorough explanation of this beautiful graphic, the illusion of legal design. I'm curious to hear, I don't know if you have the numbers or if you remember a
Yeah,
little bit the
yeah, I
result
have them here. Yes.
from this post, just for
Yeah,
everybody to see how impactful those
of
graphics can
course.
be.
I have 61 reactions, 26 comments, 3 shares, and 3,559 impressions.
Wonderful, congratulations. And just to put all of this in context, like before this, taking this design sprint with the Lego Creatives Academy, you didn't have, I think you were not even posting, just engaging with others. So this is very impressive for someone who's just starting to actually be active on the social media. So I just wanted to
Yes.
emphasize this aspect. And there's another post that you created, which is one of my favorites, the carousel. Would you
Yeah.
like to share a little bit about that post?
Of course. This one was my first one, and I did it after our exercise and about the carousel posts. And I remember I told you once again, just to motivate the audience. I remember I told you, but this about what you want me to post. I'm not an expert. I'm not a a geek in in a field. And I remember your answer. You said you don't need to be an expert on something so you can post about it. You can just post something you read, something you learned, something that catched your attention about something. And when you say this, I told you, yes, I just recently read about the Canadian Legal Department reports for like this is the last version, 2021. And I can do a carousel post for the 5 things I learned from this survey report. I remember you said, yeah, go ahead. And so this is the results, the 5 things I learned from this legal department survey reports. And in terms of numbers, it had 32 reactions, 38 comments, 1 share, and more impressions than the previous one. It has 3,936 impressions. And
That's really
I
impressive.
also mentioned the guy Andrew, who is the founder of the company that's worked on this report. And he really he really enjoyed this post. He thanked me later and said, I really liked the fact that you had the time and passion to read this post, this
Yeah,
report.
this
I
is
want to say
great.
yes.
Such a beautiful piece of work, and really happy to hear it.
And the five and it engaged people because of the fifth thing I learned is unmanageable work is barrier number one to legal innovation. And so most of comments I got said, how can unmanageable work in a legal department could be a barrier to legal innovation? This is why legal innovation exists, to solve unmanageable work and to save in-house professionals with their unmanageable work.
Yeah, very insightful. So that sparked a lot of conversation. And now we have the three other posts that you did to help you be more visible. So we have here a poll. We have another kind of review of I think it was an event, the Legal Tech Summit Canada,
Yes,
and another post. Would you like to share some of
of
the?
course. Of course, for the first one, like the long test, it was about uh, the main idea is when a legal team can't deliver great work. Uh, because from my perspective and from my personal, it's professional, but it's my personal point of view. From my individual experience, I have a conviction that it's not about the legal team, but it's about the head of the legal team. Sometimes it's if your ideas, your vision, for example, not vision, but if your ideas to move forward and to solve problems are not supported by the management, then you can't provide good work. And sometimes this is why legal team is not perceived in a positive way. And for the second one, the one which has the Legal Tech Summit Canada 2022, it was about an event called Legal Tech Summit Canada 2022 that I attended on last June. And after attending it, my manager asked me to train the department about the important topics covered during this event. And I really enjoyed this exercise because I showed them um, I just changed the way to the way I provide them the data, because I wanted them to focus on the main topics in vogue right now in the legal tech industry or the legal tech field. And I told them, this is the 4 words you have to remember from now on. This is what you're gonna hear and hear and hear again about it in the future. Why, this is why, and everything. And I remember the team members were so engaged in the conversation, and I didn't expect this reaction. So this is why I posted this. And also this third one, it's a poll, because once again, when I started as a legal operations professional, before even starting, like when I knew that I will start this position, I started to do some researches, and and uh, and in the local markets, and I noticed that job offers are kind of confusing. They are not selling the real legal operations position, but the position is mixed. The legal ops is mixed with paralegal, with legal assistant, with lawyer, with legal advisor, with contract administrator. So and deep inside me, I said, this is not what is legal design, legal operations about. So this is why I was inspired to post this poll, and to see what other professionals think about it, because I said, does a legal ops professional draft, review, negotiate contracts, run legal research, perform administrative tasks, or oversee legal department efficiency? And as you can see, the results were 95% from the last choice, the last option. And it was like last week, and this poll was just closed 2 days ago. So I will follow up about this post. I won't leave it like this, because I want to re-engage with the audience and the people who participated in this poll. And I remember there was a very interesting comment in this post from someone who I remember, who asked me, what is in your opinion, what is efficiency? So and he said that he read in a recent survey that about 70% of legal departments don't don't track their efficiency. And I wanted to learn more about this survey, because I really like reading and analyzing surveys from legal applied, like the surveys that study legal departments, or that study legal operations in different jurisdictions. Are you on mute, Tessa? Or?
Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing you about your work, and for also providing such detailed explanation about the role of a legal ops specialist, the importance of keeping ourselves updated with the latest reports, news, and trends, and sharing what we learn to be able to connect with interesting professionals that are on the same mission. And I think that was the entire point of this sprint and challenge, to help members like you be able to start having an online presence and growing the network in a meaningful manner. Just not just having followers, because in fact it is not so difficult. But what's more interesting is to have conversations.
Yes.
And so I'm so happy you are sharing with us.
Thank you
You
so much.
also took the legal design immersion with
Yes,
us some
last
months
year.
ago. would you mind sharing a little bit how was your experience of the Legal Design Immersion program? What are some of the things you have learned? And how did you like this experience overall?
Yes, of course. First of all, I took this experience from a curiosity perspective. I I remember I shared this with my father, and he said, "Look, it has illegal in the title, so just do it." I remember he said it says legal design, so there is the word legal, so just take it, it's gonna help you in a way or in another.
And
So
maybe
I
you can share, Sarah, what were some of the hesitations you've had? What made you hesitate to take the program in the first place?
it's not an hesitation, it is just that I didn't have a clear idea about what it is about and what legal design can help me in my current position that time, that's all. And once again, I'm always open to learn and to grow, always, all the time I am learning new things. And I remember my husband was so open. He said, "Go for it. Just go for it. Maybe it can open the door." And it did. And it really did. It was my first door opened in the legal industry, and it was the main point for me to change my mind about practicing law in Canada, because I started my accreditation process. And after that, deep inside me, I wasn't sure about this choice, because I was thinking that is only the only pet I have. But no, this is not true. We legal professionals who immigrate to another country, or specifically in Canada, you have a lot of pets. You don't have only the lawyer pet, or the licensed lawyer to practice law in Canada pet. No. And because deep inside me was, once again, I didn't want to um, not finish my life, but continue practicing law. I didn't want to do this. And because I started to see, starting from your certification, I started to see people who are legal project manager, and for me it was, wow, what is this legal project manager? And I started to see legal technologist, and what's this? Legal technologist, what's this? And that that time I understood that we have a lot of paths. We have different paths that can be successful for a legal professional. So this is why I am very happy that I took this program, and I'm very happy also that I took the membership. The membership is so valuable. Even though a short period, I was a bit busy with my moving process and packaging process, because I moved from one city to another one, but it's still very valuable. And the legal design certification once again helped me to switch my thinking from think about the solution first. No, we think about the problem first. And I always notice this misconception that people took the initiative to resolve a problem and provide a solution. But for me, for example, I can ask them, who told you that this solution is the right solution for the problem? Did you know the problem first? So this is why this certification helped me to change my way of thinking about the problem.
Yeah, this is really great. And it's so true that it's not just about finding a new solution. It's mostly about understanding the real problem and
Yes,
involving the users and the stakeholders in this investigation of what is the real problem we need to
yes,
solve. and how our customers or how our users are experiencing this problem. How,
Yes.
what do they have to say about it? How do they feel about that? And I
One
think,
and yeah. One is, sorry to interrupt you, Tessa. As part of this, another misconception I see in the professional world is that people want the speediest solution ever, so I remember I suggested to in my previous jobs, I suggested to go back to the users of this solution so we can know what they think about it, so they can improve it. You can't improve it from yourself, from just like this. And I remember the answer I got from the manager was, "Oh no, we're gonna just spend too much time. Oh no, they're gonna just make this process too long. They like it's like we're gonna hear from everyone, and we have to do a favor to any one of the it's not about this. It's just to listen to the main users and the main stakeholders and make your idea about the problem. You won't hear one by one. You're gonna have a bunch of people, and you're gonna so you can have a clear idea about the problem. You can't, because once again, the for example, the legal innovation innovation solutions, yes, they provide, they can address your needs, but there are a solution that can address one of your needs more than another one. They are not conceived in a way to address all of your solutions. So it's all about the needs, it's all about the pain point. So you have to understand what is your pain point, what is the your needs priority to address. And people don't want to understand this. They just want a solution ready to go, like a fast food service.
and let's talk a little bit, Sarah, about the before and after. So before taking this immersion with certification in legal design, and after, how long did it take you to make this evolution? Because it's been a great evolution. Can you share a little bit about your career move and
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Less than a year, like less than a year, I got a job in which is the current one. And I remember my manager. I told my manager, we spoke a lot about a lot of things during our interviews, but we didn't mention something about my legal design certification. And he said, "Yes, yes, I know you are certified in legal design. It's just we didn't have too much time to talk about this, and I am sure that this gonna help us to build beautiful things inside. So in-house, not inside, in-house, in, for example, of related to our contracts, related to our any solution. Once again, it's not only about contracts. So yes, and once again, in the um, by the end of September, a magazine. I will contribute to a magazine, and I will write an article related to legal design, and after that to legal operations. So this is how the certification helped me, because once again, you're certified. It's not nothing. You didn't learn from the internet or from YouTube, or from you did some cases, some use cases. You worked on this. You really learn the principles you have to apply.
wonderful. Anything else you would like to add, Sarah, before we conclude this beautiful and amazing interview?
Well, thank you. It was good. I talked too much during this session. Yeah, but anything I can help with, or any of anyone in the audience who want to learn more or just who want to connect with me, of course I'm open. I'm open to meet new people. I'm open to contribute. I'm open to connect overall. So thank you, Tessa, for opening so many doors for us legal professionals all around the world.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for being a part of this beautiful community and for being so active and dedicated to applying what you learn. I
Thank you
often
so much,
say knowledge is
Tessa.
power, but the use of knowledge is a lot more powerful. And
Yes,
so that was so great that you got a chance to dedicate yourself to this branding and marketing legal design sprint inside the academy. And I can't wait to see you continue to grow and to continue to support you on this journey.
thank you
And I'm
so much,
looking
Tessa.
forward to hear, to see your articles and to hear all of the amazing things you're going to do with all of this enhanced knowledge.
Of course.
Thank you so much. And thank you to the audience.
Thank you.
If the audience has some questions,
Of
now
course.
is the time to ask. I see we've had some great comments from John. Personal branding is a great idea in legal design. Rodolfo, great to see you. Very interesting presentation. Thanks for sharing. Then we have also Abdel Cream, who's saying, thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing your insights on legal design and personal branding. Makes all of this really more accessible. Deolinda also thanking you, Sarah. This is really inspiring for her. Cecilia is also sharing, telling that it was really great tips that you have shared. And so that was really nice to hear from the audience. I don't see any questions coming in, but if you do want to connect with Sara and continue this conversation, you can connect with her on LinkedIn, Sarah Ajmi, and here you can see her name. So make sure to connect and to continue the conversation, and also to stay connected with me so we can continue to inspire you, empower you with this beautiful methodology that is called legal design and that helps professionals also with the branding and the marketing. And as you can see from Sarah's stories, you can get great results and it does not necessarily take a lot of time. I think to recap, Sarah, it was 1 month of taking the sprint and 200 new connections, opportunities to speak at events, write articles. So powerful. And
Thank
that
you.
is
Yes.
only when we can overcome this insecurity of putting ourselves out there. And once you have a methodology to follow, you have some support and guidance, it makes it a lot easier, isn't it? So this is it. Thank you, everybody. Sarah, thank you once again for
Thank
taking the
you.
time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you, guys, for being here. Thank you for your support. I really loved your comments. Thank you so much, and happy to connect anytime.
Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. Let's continue this conversation. Have a great day, everybody.